G'day guys, it's Mark here from North Oz, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Toyota Australia's price releases for their new 70 series Landcruiser, and we're also going to be addressing last week's video about the rumours of the V8 Landcruisers being stopped altogether. Stick around, it's going to be a good one. Now, before we get stuck into Toyota Australia's price release of their 70 series Landcruiser, which there is a bit to go into that, so stick around for that, I want to take us back to last week's video where we had a conversation about the fact that Toyota Australia was no longer taking orders permanently for the 79 series Landcruiser, and that they were only going to be fulfilling the V8 orders that they already had. And that was the only allocation that is available from now on. So if you wanted a V8 Landcruiser, if someone came off the V8 Landcruiser allotment or allocation, then that allocation would then be free for someone to take up that contract. Now, that information that I got was released on behalf of Toyota Australia from a dealership. Now, a Toyota dealership. Now, I am not the only one that got that email. A lot of other people got that email as well from their own dealerships. And other people in the forums also got this message as well that had 79 series Landcruisers on order as well. Now, there is these two camps of people saying that this is false information. The backlash that I got was unreal in that video. I can't believe the amount of people that were just, going at me for no reason, saying this is false information, this is not correct, this is out of date, this is not true. Guys, I'm just telling, and I was just telling in that video, exactly what the correspondence that I had from a dealership on behalf of Toyota Australia. And I was not the only one around the country that got that, because I'm linked in with quite a few of the 70 series Landcruiser forums. Now that I got all that out of the way, the information that I received was in terms of the legitness of it. It was from an actual Toyota dealership. Now, I obviously do not have a direct line to Toyota Australia. So what Toyota Australia do is very separate to what I am doing. Of course, it makes sense. I don't work for Toyota. I just give the information, I just pass the information on the best that I can. So that was something that I found out about, and I decided to make a video on it the exact same day. Now, the interesting and the conflicting thing here is that we have Toyota saying that they will be releasing, this is where it comes into the latest update, is that we have Toyota Australia releasing these prices saying that the order books will not open. So they have these V8s that are now nearly 10 grand more expensive. They've got these V8s, but you can't even order them until the end of the year anyway. But what I'm interested in knowing, and this is something that I'm going to research as well, I'd love for you guys to put some input into the comment section as well. If you can do some research on this as well, it'd be greatly appreciated for me and the other viewers, is that Toyota Australia are telling customers, or the dealers anyway, are telling the customers that there are no more V8s to be ordered, and that's it. And yet Toyota Australia are releasing, press releases saying that you can order it at the end of the year. So the truth is out there somewhere, guys. I'm just trying to get across to you that it's obviously a changing landscape, and I don't know what's coming first. I don't know if some of these dealerships, because some of these dealerships have absolutely no idea, because I have done, again, some research, and some people have let me know, viewers have let me know, that they have called up some of these dealerships and they didn't even know that the 4-cylinder was coming out. So some of these dealerships are behind. But what I want to know, and this is what interests me, is it that Toyota Australia aren't telling their customers that you can't even buy the V8 anyway? Or is it, and they just don't want to release that just yet? They want to get all the pricing out and whatever, and then they can then get customers interested where they can purchase a 4-cylinder, because you can no longer purchase a V8. So is it that Toyota's dealerships have got the knowledge beforehand, so they're just not taking orders now, in preparation for Toyota Australia cutting out V8s altogether? And I don't know what the answer is to that. And I hope that makes sense to you guys, because, what happens on the ground level, what happens, where does that information come from first? Does it come from Toyota Australia saying, oh, you can buy all these great cars, whatever, and then the new models come out and then you can't even purchase it anyway? Or are the dealerships going to be like, well, there's not much point ordering a V8 anyway, because you're not going to get an allocated V8. So I don't know if it's dealer specific. I don't know if it's state specific. I don't know if there is a lot up in the air at the moment. So moving on from last week's video where we're talking about the V8s no longer being in the picture, Let's talk about the brand new Toyota Australia announcement with their brand new pricing. So let's talk about that today. This is brand new news. I'm looking at it and it has just broken 2 hours ago. So it's very, very fresh off the press. So let's have a look and see what Toyota Australia have in store for us for the pricing of these new facelifted and the new upgraded models. Let's see what we get. Let's see how much extra we have to pay and what they have done with this 4-cylinder engine, which I am still very skeptical about how well that's going to sell. But as far as I'm concerned, they have quite a few orders already. So I'm interested to see how well that actually sells. Definitely an interesting one for me. And, a lot of people in the comment section saying that they would never buy it. But, but people seem to be interested in it. So that's a very, very interesting scenario that we are facing. So let's have a look at the pricing. So I'm getting this information because a lot of people say, where'd you get the information from the last video? This information I've checked across 3 or 4 different sources. So I had a look at drive.com, had a look at carsales.com, and I am now getting my information from one of the first companies that broke this news, which is carexpert.com.au. So that is the source of today's video. So it reads, Toyota Australia has detailed pricing for its upcoming 70 series upgrades. So let's have a look. So it says the range now opens at $75,600 before on-road costs for the 76 series wagon workmate. So that is often the cheapest of all of the models for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it just is. And that is for the 2.8 litre 4-cylinder turbo diesel. So the 1GD, 150 kilowatt 4-cylinder engine, same one that's in my Hilux Rogue. So 75.5 grand is what you're looking at for the base model, lowest of the low, if you want to get yourself into a 70 series Land Cruiser. The 70 series range now extends all the way to $87,600 before on-road costs for the 79 series double cab GXL, and that is with apparently the 4.5 litre V8 turbo diesel. Let's fan this rumor mill a little bit. Let's fan that fire and see what's going to come of this, because orders don't open till later in the year. I don't know if you can order it or not. Are they still making the V8 Land Cruiser? I don't know. Anyway, this is $8,400 more than the pre-update model. So you're looking at about roughly 10 grand up on the models, pretty much across the models, really, from the information that I have. Now, they are using the upgraded 150 kilowatt of power, 500 meters of torque, the exact same on my 2023 Hilux Rogue. That is for the 4-cylinder. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So it says the 1VD FTV 4.5 litre V8 turbo diesel is still available. Interesting that Toyota would say that. I don't know why Toyota would say that if they aren't going to be making any more V8s beyond what the current fulfillment is of the current contracts. Anyway, we'll leave that for now. So it says that you can still buy the 4.5 litre V8. It is offered on almost every single variant apart from the entry-level 76 series wagon workmate, which can only be had with the 2.8 litre 4-cylinder. I wonder why they did that. That's an interesting one. So it sounds like the 79 series, if you want to get that in a workmate, that's fine to have with the 4.5 litre turbo diesel. So it says the 70 series models with the 2.8 litre 4-cylinder are around $4,100 cheaper than the ones equipped with the V8. So it's actually not that much cheaper, which is a bit of a surprise. I would have thought that the cost of the V8 would be worth more than $4 grand. I mean, if they're trying to encourage more people to purchase the 4-cylinder, $4,000 isn't really enough to be like, oh yeah, you know what? I'll purchase the 4-cylinder. I mean, for me, it'd have to be significantly cheaper to be able to get me away from that V8. Interesting. Now, of course, we know that the 4-cylinder will be coming only with the automatic transmission. There is no manual for the 4-cylinders. It says automatic transmission equipped models feature a power/haul mode as well as a second start switch, which starts the vehicle in second gear for better traction, a transmission guard, and they've also done other things as well, something to do with the crank as well with the 4-cylinder, obviously trying to market it as being more durable, I guess, as compared to, say, the Hiluxes. They've also added LED headlights across the range. There are other YouTubers that have done more about what you're actually getting with each of the models, and they've done detailed comparisons about what you get. That doesn't interest me as much. What I'm more interested in is the availability of it and the differences in the pricing, because that is all very new information. They've got the new black mesh, they've got the infotainment touchscreen as well, and we're just going to keep scrolling down as well to see what else we can get. So this is the pricing. So and I'm going to put this up on the screen for you guys. I've been doing it the whole time anyway, so I'll chuck all this up on the screen. You've got your 79 series dual cab, which I can use as a base of comparison. Says that the Workmate is $83,400. So that's about 10 grand up from the price that I paid for my 79 series Landcruiser as well. Now, having a look here for the rest of this article, just goes into the 1GD, 4-cylinder, nothing new there, just talks about some efficiency and stuff like that as well. So not much else has changed. It says here that the brake tow capacity is 3,500 kilograms and payload is up to 1,380 kilograms. So apart from that, guys, everything else is pretty much the same. Of course, you've got different safety features and that sort of stuff. We're not going to go into that. So you've got the pricing now. We've got an idea of how much this thing is going to cost us. You're looking at about 10, in summary, you're looking at about close to anyway, so somewhere between around $4,000 to $10,000 if you are just above what the pre-facelift model was. You're looking at about $8,000 to $10,000 comparing apples to apples, so V8 to V8, and then you can save a little bit more cash if you go down the 4-cylinder route. So if you've got, say, V8 to 4-cylinder, comparing that, you're going to be out of pocket about another $4,000 to $5,000. So you're still paying extra for the opportunity to have a 79 series Landcruiser in 2023 and 2024 and beyond. So interesting. So I would like, in summary from this video, I would like to hear from you guys. What do you think about this price hike? Do we think these are going to sell? If they're keeping the V8s, I reckon that people will, going to flock to the V8s. Why wouldn't you? I think that the design of it is. Listen, people wanted me to comment on the design of the 79 series. I don't like it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to get hate for that, but I know it does look a little bit more retro, and that's what Toyota kind of gearing towards. The side headlights, the side markers look very similar to the old design and whatever. But listen, guys, you can't go past the hood scoop of the 79 series, the pre-facelift model. I mean, anyway, that's just my opinion. I'm sure there's going to be a whole pile of people out there that will, one, disagree with me, but two, will probably, will probably come up with some sort of modification or something for that to give it a bit more of an aggressive look. To me, it just looks a little bit too boxy. It looks a lot like the Prado 250 that's coming out as well. If you look at it from, the front, it looks very similar to that Prado 250, probably because they're starting to move to trying to incorporate as many of the same parts as possible. So yeah, in my opinion, don't really like the look of the new one too much, and I'm pretty glad that I got the older one just personally, but it is exactly that. It is a personal thing, so if you like the look of it, then don't let me stop you at all. Guys, that's it. I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Do you think that the price is fair? Do you think that they're going in the right direction with this 4-cylinder business? And do you think that they are going to get rid of the V8 altogether? Because this is a scenario that I want to leave you guys with, and this is something I've been thinking about non-stop for the last week, is that what happens if Toyota, of course, have to deliver these vehicles to the existing customers, but what happens if it comes time for the end of the year when the books open up again to purchase, from what we've been told, from Toyota, not from the dealerships on behalf of Toyota Australia, but we won't go into that again. So what happens if we get to the end of the year, Toyota opens up the books again, books. What happens if we get to that point, but then Toyota just decide that they're not continuing on with the V8 and they don't take any orders? For me, it's a peculiar thing. For me, it's a very strange situation that we're in. We've got the dealers telling us we can't purchase any V8s. The V8s are done. and then they're only fulfilling orders. But is that only until the order books open up again? Interesting. Something to think about anyway. The truth is out there somewhere, and I'm sure that we'll get to the bottom of it. Guys, thank you so much for joining me in today's update of what's happening in the 70 series world. I'm enjoying getting into seeing what's happening with all the news that's surrounding, especially with my 79 series Landcruiser, very soon to come out on the channel, which I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys. And that's it. I'll see you guys down in the comment section. Let's have a chat then. See you there.